Hello everyone, welcome back to Garden Rewards, and if you're new here, my name is Wendy, so welcome to my channel. So I find myself in the shed this week because it's a perfect day to be outside, and I'm going to be pruning my roses this week, which I probably could have done maybe last week or the week before, but we have had 2 days of frost, so I'll wait till that has passed, and I won't be cutting the roses down as such. They recommend that if the rose bushes are over 2 years old, to cut them down by half, and under 2 years old to cut them down to 18 inches, and that's recommended by David Austin Roses. All my roses are David Austin roses, so I always do the way it's recommended anyway. So I'm in the shed here to collect my pruners and my rose feed, which is David Austin. You can use whatever rose feed you really want, but I just use the David Austin one. So my aim today is to cut back any dead, dying, diseased or damaged stems, and I'll bring you along with me just to see exactly how I do it. Now I do have 11 David Austin roses. I think they're absolutely beautiful, but I'll bring you in close so you can get a better look. Now here's an example of a stem that is dead, and I want to cut it back after the die back there to where the new stem or the living stem starts and the die back ends. That needs to be cut back to there. This stem here, anything less than a pencil thickness you want to cut back, because that won't hold a bloom at all. Those will need to cut back. And any branches that are perhaps crossing with one another, you need to cut them back. They'll only rub together if it's a windy day, and it will cause more damage with your rose bush. And this stem here that was cut back there, that is damaged. So what I want to do with that is cut that down, probably either to this bud or to that stem there, and cut that completely off. Now this is an example here of the stems that could rub on each other, so I'm going to cut this one off. It's a thinner stem, so I'm going to cut this one away from that. I think there will be problems with that rubbing together. And that's the first rose bush cut. It looks a lot better. It's opened it all out in the middle there. There's no branches that are going to rub against each other, and that looks a whole lot better now. Just 10 more to cut. And any stems you've cut off, always put in your green waste bin. Don't put it on your compost heap. It will just spread any diseases to the rest of your garden. So always put it in your green bin. Now this is a new bag of the David Austin rose feed, which is a little bit different to the last one I got. The pellets were much bigger, so obviously they've probably improved it and everything else. And it comes with a little scoop like this. That measures 60 gram, so I want to use half of that per rose bush. I've also cleared the all the rose trees. I've cleared all the weeds that are underneath and any debris underneath. I don't want to clear too much because I've got bulbs coming up, so I've cleared all the area around each rose ready for the feed. So that's about half the scoop, and it says to put it around all the canopy of the rose bush. So you just sprinkle it round like this, all the way round. All the way round like that. And then you can either use your hand or your fork and just gently mix it into the soil underneath the rose. And obviously if it's a dry day, then they say to water it. Now we are forecast rain on Thursday, but I'm still going to water the feed in. The ground is a little bit dry and it won't do it any harm. And that is it for this week. It looks a little bit bare at the moment. Now I've pruned the roses a bit more, but the feed's down, they've been watered. I'm just going to put the green stems into the green wheelie bin. And the tulips and the daffodils are coming up. I don't want to dig the garden too much because, as I say, all the bulbs are starting to appear and you can damage them. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a lovely week and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.